Hey guys, welcome back. This is episode 5 of The Sit Down. Thanks for joining us. We're doing things a little bit differently this week. We got a table. No, we do, but we're gonna try and focus more on audio than video. We still have the cameras running, but yeah, now everything is on like Amazon and
Not Amazon.
Amazon,
No.
Spotify,
Apple Music,
Apple Music.
Apple iTunes, I guess.
All right.
Google Podcasts, and our own website, actually.
Very cool.
Yep.
So yeah, we're gonna try and just focus more on that.
Yep. I'm Mark.
And I'm Joel.
Let's get this started.
This episode is brought to you by Kanto Audio. Kanto is a Canadian company that produces quality speakers and accessories like cables, TV, and speaker mounts. Their latest flagship model is the Kanto TUK, named after the remote Canadian hamlet Tuk. The speakers feature AMT tweeters, 13cm aluminum woofers, 65 watts per channel, and a wide range of input methods like RCA for a CD player, Bluetooth for your phone, Toslink optical input for your TV, and built-in phono stage, so setting up your turntable is easy peasy. Connecting them to Kanto's sub-6 or sub-8 subwoofers complete the full-range sound that anyone will enjoy. They come in 2 colors, matte black and matte white, and they're available at Funky Moose Records via fmr.fm/tuk. That is fmr.fm/TUK.
So, this coronavirus thing, I really don't want to talk about it.
Neither do I.
But I did find a few interesting things that people can do to still support their favorite artists. Because they're not touring. So that's not... For those listening, Joel just made a cheeky glance at the camera. Anyway, so because artists can't tour, they won't be able to sell their merch at their
the venues, the
their
concerts.
venues, yeah. So, which kind of sucks. Not kind of, it sucks. But there are ways for people to support their
Bands that they
favorite
like,
artists,
right?
yeah. So you can go to their website and donate directly to artists and music industry workers via PayPal, Cash App, Patreon. Usually, indie artists have something like a donation or something like that on their website. So times are tough for everyone, and I think if you want to support a band, this is one of the ways to do it. It says here, buy directly from artists' e-commerce channels. I do agree with that, but that doesn't mean you can't order from Funky Moose Records.
There you go.
Because we still do get the music in. It doesn't look like anything has slowed down yet. I was just on the phone with our supplier yesterday, and so far their stock hasn't depleted yet. And the big labels like Universal, Warner, and Sony, they still have plenty of stock in Canada. So far, so good. Right now, everything...
So that stock market isn't dropping. No, that's my cheeky little joke.
Oh,
Anyways,
that
you get it? Anyways.
Okay. But yeah, so...
Right.
I did
So
read,
buy some records, you guys.
yes,
Come on.
but I did read that Amazon stopped accepting vinyl records in their warehouses to
Right.
make room for things like medical supplies and whatever.
Which makes sense.
Yeah.
In these times, yes.
Yeah,
Yep.
exactly.
So awesome. Good for them.
Tune
Good for
in-
them. Buy from us.
Yes. Tune in and donate to artists' live streams. So I've seen a few artists that did live streams, and if you do that via Twitch, you can donate to the streamer. So, for example, if I don't know, name a band, Rainwolf. If Rainwolf went on Twitch, it's basically like YouTube, but with additional features. So he would do a mini concert from his living room or whatever, wherever he's in quarantine. Then people can watch the live stream and actually donate as he's playing.
To him.
To him, directly to him.
Oh, so it's like him doing a concert from his house.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh.
So that's one of the ways of doing it. I don't know if he does it, but
right.
Rainwolf, if you're listening, it might be a way.
I'll make sure you hear this, buddy.
Okay.
And then you can do with it what you will.
Then there are state and national level, or province and national level emergency funds for musicians and their teams. So I got an email from Sask Music, I think it was yesterday or today, that they are also having a fund available for artists. I didn't read the whole email, but if you're a Saskatchewan artist, check out the Sask Music website. There is some stuff about that on there. And then last but not least, stream their music on Bandcamp.
You know, this one time at Bandcamp.
I was waiting for that one.
Yeah, no doubt.
But yeah, so Bandcamp is waiving all the fees right now, and there are...
Hey, wait, see what I did there? Because it was from that movie. I'm just kidding.
Wow. Interrupt me some more, jeez. Where was I? Bandcamp.
Yeah.
Okay. So they're waiving their fees because normally every stream that happens on Bandcamp, Bandcamp gets a portion of that.
Goes to
but
the
they're
artist?
waiving that. The
portion?
Yeah, a portion goes to Bandcamp and the rest goes to the artist.
To the artist, okay.
Unless it's a record label, then that fee would go to the record label. But
and then they pay the artist.
Yeah, but there are record labels like Capture Tracks, which is Mac DeMarco's label. They just pass everything through to the artist right now because they need it.
Right. So when you get your label going, is that what you would do?
Well, I need to make some money.
Yeah.
I'm not a charity, but I do want to make it beneficial for both parties involved, because I believe that as a web designer myself, I kind of draw the same like I'm also an artist, sort of. So, and a lot of people expect, oh, you're a web designer, you can design a website for me for free because you don't have any expenses.
Because you know how.
Yeah. But I mean, I had training, 20 years worth.
Yeah.
You're paying for that training, not for the 10 minutes that I build up one page for you, for example. And artists are in that same boat, sort of.
Yeah. I think I know what you're getting at.
I don't. I kind of lost my train of thought, but whatever.
You want to get paid for your services as well.
Yeah.
Like you said, you're not a charity. You're not just going to sign everybody and then here's all the money. Like, you want to work together with the artist.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's if you're signed with a big label, they have deals in place where
it's probably percentages.
Yeah, and I'm not saying that a label like Universal is doing this, but I've heard in the industry, I don't know which labels would do it, but I've heard in the industry that the label is making the money and the artist is...
Right, it's not always in the artist's benefit to be...
Or they have a deal like all the money goes to the label except for merch sales.
Right.
Yeah. So I don't think that's fair because merch sales, you make
or like
$5 on a shirt or whatever.
Where the label will get all the money from the album sales,
That's
but
right.
you make your money on concerts and merch or whatever. Something like that, right? Yeah, I understand.
Yeah. So I would like it to be something like, either split the costs and split the profits, something like that, or I don't know, maybe I'm getting too deep into this right now because I haven't really given it much thought yet. But I do want it fair for everyone.
Hey, well, look, fishing for comments is any musicians out there can like give you some feedback on that. Like, what, as a musician, what kinds of things would you want to see in a contract with a label? Like, what attracts you to work with that person? Is it just like the credibility of the name of the label, or is there something specific that they offer you? Like, what do you guys want to see
Yeah. I mean, I do know that a lot of bands self-release their music.
Yeah. It's probably pretty easy to do now.
Yes.
Easier than it would have been 20, 30 years ago, right?
Yeah.
You got social media now, so I mean,
Yeah. But
look at what we're doing.
what are we doing?
Well, we're
We, as in Funky Moose Records, what we're doing now?
Yeah, as Funky Moose. Like, it's
Yeah.
not rocket science. It really isn't.
No.
You know?
just need to put in the work.
That's right.
I do think that if you are already somewhat successful as an artist, you're on the road a lot, and you wouldn't have time to update your website or whatever,
Right.
or have to worry about, if you're on the road and you have a record out, who's going to send out that record?
Yeah.
Little things like that.
Mm-hmm.
That's where a record label, with the advantage of already having a distribution
And credibility and all of the above. Right.
So that's kind of the selling point for Funky Moose Records, that we already do have the distribution set up.
Right.
Yeah. So that's what I would put into the label
contract.
Yeah. But yeah, if even other record label owners, because we're not going to be in competition with others, because each record label kind of has their own specialty niche. Yeah. So if you're doing country music only, I'm not interested in country at all.
Yeah.
Not that I don't like country, but I don't know enough about country to actually
be able to promote them efficiently.
Yeah, right. So yeah, if there's a country label out there, I'd like to talk.
Right. Yeah. Have your mind, or not your mind open, but have the, I guess, being open for the opportunity, right?
Yeah, and see how others are doing it, so I can learn from that.
Right. So for those of you that don't know, Mark is the owner of Funky Moose Records. I don't know if we ever mentioned that on the past pods or not. For those of you who have been following for quite some time, probably know that. But I mean, for you new people out there, Mark's the owner. I'm just a buddy of his who likes talking shit about certain kinds of music,
and happens to work at Funky Moose Records.
An employee is what I was trying to say.
Yeah.
Can you tell we're a small town?
Yeah.
But so like I was saying, for those of you that don't know, Mark is the owner. So what I was going to ask was, when you started, like, how did you start Funky Moose Records? Like, from the idea, what spawned the idea of, I want a record company. Okay. I can do this.
Oh boy, how far do you want me to go back?
To the beginning.
The beginning?
Yeah.
Me as a kid?
If that's where it originated from.
Kind of, yeah. Okay, so it started with my dad, who had a passion for radio.
Okay, fast forward 20 years. No, just kidding. Just interrupt. Okay, no, I'm just kidding. Go ahead.
No, so he did a local radio station. He hosted a TV show, radio show.
Right, okay.
And I just tagged along because there was a whole wall of records that I could sift through, and there was a computer with the whole database. Sift, yeah.
Yeah, sift through? Yeah. All right.
And he had, as my dad was recording his show, I was in the back just checking out the computer and just typing in, which artist do I know? And then type it in, and it's like, oh,
and see
they have that here.
What's available.
Pull it out and check out the
would you play them?
Not in the studio, because the record player was in the editing room, which was in use when my dad was recording. So
do you remember the name of your dad's show?
No, I don't. Ooh, curveball.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah, no, I didn't.
You have to ask him.
Yeah,
ask him if he remembers. Ask him if he remembers the name of it.
Probably not.
Like, how long are you saying ago?
This is a good
30 years ago.
Yeah, I was a little kid, so I'm 40 now. So yeah, 30 years.
You're so old, man.
Oh, shut up.
Jeez.
But yeah, anyway, that's where it kind of started, and the record collection at my parents' place, and then
Right. So that was the seed of your love for music.
yeah, and then in the 90s, of course, I kind of drifted off into digital music and legally download MP3s and all the rave music and stuff like that. So that's kind of where I kind of fell off the wagon. And then when we moved to Canada, my wife and I kind of ran into a turntable at a secondhand store. Bought a record player, bought some records, and then I bought a collection of records. Half of the records in there, I didn't know what it was, but it was cheap box, so whatever.
Right.
And then I had a pile of records that I wouldn't play anyway, and I figured, okay, so end that story there. Now the second part is where I'm a web designer. So I build websites for a living, and I started doing that in the late 90s. And have been building websites up until today. And being in a service industry, because you deliver a service to someone, I didn't have that physical thing that I'm handing over after someone buys something. So I figured I want to sell something, because when I was younger, I also sold stuff in stores, like electronic stores and whatever.
Like drugs.
Electronic.
Oh, did I say that out loud? I was just...
You thought with your mouth.
Yeah.
Yeah. But, so yeah, I wanted to sell something physical, and then I kind of put one and one together. Like, I can build a website where I can sell stuff. I just need a product. I look down, there's a box of records. Maybe I can make this work. So then the first thing I did was...
Did you ever... Sorry, I'm cutting you off,
going.
But that's what I do.
That's my middle name.
Did you ever think or worry about the need for vinyl?
No.
Because like in the 90s, like, you know, I guess it was what, cassette tapes and CDs were coming out in the 90s, right? So
yeah. No, when we bought that record player, it was a record player that's probably worth, I don't know, $25, but I got it for $5. So I was like, why not?
Right.
And then I kind of saw a trend building, because I saw that places like Amazon, and there was another record store in Canada that was selling vinyl. I kind of saw a trend coming, and but that was not at all what I was going for. I saw the box, I saw my e-commerce background. I thought, let's build a website and see if I can sell some records. Yeah. So then I Googled
how to build a website.
No, how to find a distributor for new records.
Okay.
And the first distributor that showed up, I gave him a phone call. I said, "So I want to start selling records. What do I do?" And they were like, "Well, do you have a business?" I said, "Well, it's a web design company, but I want to build a website."
And online, yeah.
And he was like, "Oh yeah, that works. I can sign you up, and then minimum order is something like..." Oh no, there was no minimum order. I just had to pay for the shipping. I was like, "Well, that easy?" He was like, "Yeah, that's... Oh, okay. Now I better start adding records." And he sent me a price list. I added records, and I didn't know what the margins would be. I didn't know who to sell to. I literally no plan. And I figured if I can sell a record or two per month, I'd be happy. I'm doing a little bit more than that
nice
now. Yeah. So that's I built the website, and then as soon as I opened the store, I remember 8 days after I opened the store, the first order came in for 4 records. I was like, oh crap, now I got to order these records. And I have a minimum order, or I have to pay for the shipping, so I have to order more. But I didn't plan for this, so I didn't have any money either.
So did you sell anything before you opened the store? Like vinyl?
No.
No? So what were the first albums that were... You have to remember what that was.
Let me look that up for you.
You don't?
Not from the top of my head. But I can log in.
This head. I'm pointing at his head. Haha.
Which one?
The top one?
Wow.
While you're looking that up,
yeah.
What's your thoughts on music videos nowadays?
They're coming back.
Think so?
Yeah, with YouTube, I think they're coming back, and it also looks like there is more work being put into it. Like if you look at, the time the MTV era, people were actually putting money towards
Right.
videos, and then it kind of tapered off in the late 90s, early 2000s. It was kind of
well, MTV kind of started playing reality TV shows and stuff like that, right?
Because all the videos sucked.
And much more music.
Exactly.
Right?
So
okay, wait. Is it because the videos sucked? Or is it because those, like, it was television, so they were starting to put, like, TV shows on, reality shows? Like, is that what killed the music video?
But why did they start playing that?
Because it's television. And you got executives and producers out there in the industry thinking they know best, and, well, we're not going to air, nobody's watching this, and we're going to put a show on about 5 people living in a household together, and
you're talking about Big Brother.
Yeah, maybe, or whatever it is. They're all the same, right? Like, is that what killed the music video? The producers and all that stuff, the people who, like, run the show behind the scenes?
Maybe.
Is what killed it. I loved watching music. Man, I would sit there and record my favorite videos on, like, VHS. And then I would have a tape of, like, all my favorite music videos that I would, like, never really play.
That's the first piracy.
But there you go, for sure.
Yeah.
But I would sit there and hoping to catch, like, I hope that new Pantera video comes out, and then boom, you get it.
But that's what we used to do on the radio too.
Yeah, like with cassette tapes.
And you had to wait for the DJ to shut up, and then you hit record.
You betcha.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then that stopped. Now you can't. You just stream it, or you just type it in, and you got access to it.
I don't know if it's because of the music videos got worse, or if people just started getting other interests. So the quality of the music videos went down because artists were getting the sense that, well, nobody's watching this, so just slap something together. So it was kind of a downward spiral. Oh, speaking of a downward spiral, I looked up my first order.
Is that one?
9 Inch Nails.
Sweet.
Yeah. So that was the first order.
Because I was thinking of Closer. That was one of the videos that... Remember that was a huge video when that came out? Okay, Beautiful People. I'm trying to think older than that, though.
Hang on. So
Yeah, 9 Inch Nails.
That was the first order. Just 9 Inch Nails. 9 Inch Nails. So it was one record. I thought it was more. Maybe the second one was 4 records or whatever. But the first order that came in, I remember exactly where I was. I grabbed my phone. I heard a ka-dunk, and I was like, is that what an order looks like? So I tap on it. It's like, that's an order. Now what?
That's an order. Nice.
So, I didn't know what to do because I'm not going to order one record, pay $20 in shipping to get it here, and then ship it out to the customer, and then not make any money.
So what did you do?
I waited.
Huh. And that purchaser was probably like, this sucks.
No, because the next order...
Because the internet was new. No, just kidding.
Actually, I had it on the website that, okay, we're new.
Right.
And we don't know what we're doing. I don't know the exact wording, but it was something like that. We're new and this is all new to us, so bear with us. So the next order that came in was a few days later. And then I was like, okay, so that was for Danko Jones, Joan Jett, and Body Count. And
so that's probably why you're thinking 4 albums.
Yeah, because I think
because you probably mailed them all together.
No, that's probably the because I had to order 4 records.
Right.
But I just figured I should order 10. I don't know why, but 10 sounds like a good number. So I just randomly I told my rep, I was like, so which records are good ones to sell? Because I don't know. Like,
what's selling right now, right?
Yeah, so he's like, okay, you need Pink Floyd, you need Rumors, and you need some Led Zeppelin, and I was like, sure, make it 10 and ship them over.
Okay, wait. So pause that. Put a pin in that right now.
Do I need to remember something?
No.
Okay, good.
because we'll probably never come back to that again. But my question to you then is, knowing what you know now, if somebody reached out to you, hey, I'm Mark, I'm trying to start selling vinyl, and I need some inventory, what can you recommend? Like, should I have some on stock? Or like that same question, if somebody asks you that, are you going to tell them, okay, you need some Zeppelin and you need some Rumors and Pink Floyd, and would that be your answer? Or, because what I'm looking for is what has been the change from that time to now. Is it just that representative's opinion on music?
No, he was
that
dead
he
on.
gave you? Or
He was dead
okay.
on. Yeah, he sold me the records that I actually needed. Which is, I'm not going to look it up, but which is probably the next few orders. Those were the records that I sold in those orders. Yeah.
Very interesting.
Now, would I recommend something? I'm not sure, because if you start a website selling records, that would mean you would be competition.
That's right.
I mean, this sounds cocky, but I think we're big enough to fight off new competition.
Right. Because you are number one in Canada, are you not?
Well, it depends on
who you ask.
It. But yeah, there are not a lot of small online record stores around, because there used to be Northern Volume in Ontario, and that was a one-man band. I talked to him about it when he closed up shop. I offered to buy his inventory off him, but he basically told me you can get 10% discount and that's it. I'm like, well, then why would I buy it from you if I can get it for less at the distributor? I was just trying to help him out. But anyway, it doesn't matter. So he closed up shop.
Because it is a business, right? And he needed to make some money too.
But he's closing down. He wants to get rid of it.
Yeah.
I don't know. There might be a reason for it. Maybe he did buy it at a higher price. I'm not sure. Doesn't matter. But yeah,
because he's not around anymore.
Well,
right?
he's around.
Like, let's be honest about it, right?
Well, he's around.
Yeah, but the business isn't.
But the business isn't. No. Maybe he had a full-time job and just couldn't hack it. I don't know.
It's because Funky Moose started. Anyways.
I hope that's not the reason.
Yeah. I'm just, like, tossing jokes out there. Like, I'm just a goofball.
No, but, I mean, that's the sentiment of a lot of people. Like, if you look at it business-wise, I couldn't care less.
Yeah.
Right? But on the other hand, the vinyl industry is pretty small. And it seems like a lot of people know each other. And, for example, there's a record seller in Edmonton, Benny Sonelli. Shout out.
Oh, Benny. Oh, yeah.
You don't know Benny.
I don't have a clue.
But we've been...
Benny! No, that's not how that sounds.
I don't know if he has the Jets with him. What was it going?
So he's in
Benny,
Edmonton.
so yeah, he's a right, and we talk shop all the time.
Right.
Like, exchange what works and what doesn't, and like one of the main distributors in Canada went out of business, and I got an email saying that okay, we're not reopening, and I was like, oh yeah, that's a joke, whatever. And then I got an email from Benny saying, dude, did you see that email? I was like, oh crap. Is that true? So, we talk.
What was the email?
You weren't paying attention.
No.
One of the main distributors in Canada closed up shop, and I got an email saying
that he closed up shop.
Yeah.
Squirrel.
Yeah. No doubt. Moose.
Oh crap.
Yeah.
So no, I'm throwing it back to the music videos here again.
Right. But before you do that, should we take a break?
Sure.
Okay.
This episode is brought to you by Kanto Audio. Kanto is a Canadian company that produces quality speakers and accessories like cables, TV, and speaker mounts. Their latest flagship model is the Kanto TUK, named after the remote Canadian hamlet Tuk. The speakers feature AMT tweeters, 13cm aluminum woofers, 65 watts per channel, and a wide range of input methods like RCA for a CD player, Bluetooth for your phone, Toslink optical input for your TV, and built-in phono stage, so setting up your turntable is easy peasy. Connecting them to Kanto's sub-6 or sub-8 subwoofers complete the full range sound that anyone will enjoy. They come in two colors, matte black and matte white, and they're available at Funky Moose Records via fmr.fm/tuk. That is fmr.fm/TUK.
So you were going for music videos.
And the only reason I had brought those up was because, I don't know, just like more have been popping up in my feed, really. Like that's all it is, music videos. And like some of the people that I follow like isn't even musicians, but they're like, everybody loves music, right?
Yeah.
But some of the celebrities I follow are like fans or friends of other musicians and hang out with them and stuff. And, you know, they're showing up as cameos in the new videos and stuff. So I don't know if that's just in like my world where I see more music videos popping up lately, or if that's just everywhere, or just...
Because you follow a lot of comedians, right?
I do, yeah. I like goofballs. I like jokes. I like laughing. And I love music.
So 1 and 1 makes funny music.
I was going to say 4.
Oh. What?
Yeah. But,
so yeah, music videos.
I was actually thinking of that movie, Almost Famous, where he's like, I dig music. And he's like, I'm on drugs. You ever see that movie?
No, you lost me.
Oh, okay.
Sorry.
Such a good movie. You would love that movie. I can't believe you haven't seen that. I'm lending it to you.
Okay.
It's about this rock group in the 70s that started. And then they're Stillwater. And they're on tour. It's so good. Oliver Stone, I think, movie.
Basic Instinct, that stuff?
No. It's not Oliver Stone.
Oliver Stone. Yeah, he did Basic Instinct.
Yeah, but I don't... Now you made me question if he's the one who did Almost Famous. Or is it like Martin Scorsese or something? I don't know. Who directed that? Such a good movie. You should watch that trailer.
Almost Famous was director Cameron Crowe.
Cameron Crowe? I was way off.
You don't know who Cameron Crowe is?
Wait, Cameron Crowe... No, I don't. I'm thinking Terminator. But that's James Cameron, right?
Vanilla Sky, Jerry Maguire. Those are the ones he did.
Oh, good movies.
Yeah. We Bought a Zoo. What?
You should check out... Dude, check out...
Almost Famous?
Yeah, the trailer. Jason Lee Scott, or Jason Scott Lee, is like... this,
whatever his name is.
Like My Name is Earl. That guy.
Yeah.
He's the lead singer of the band.
Yeah, you keep talking, I'll watch the trailer.
Yeah, it's so good. So, anyways, the part that I was talking about was the lead guitar player is just like cooking on drugs, and he's on top of a building, and he's like talking to the group, and he's so high out of his kite, he's like, I'm on drugs, and everyone cheers, and he jumps into the pool, or something like that, is how I remember it. I don't think that's exactly how it went.
Starts off as him as a kid?
No, so... The kid, pause it. I'll just tell you what the movie's about.
No, keep talking. I'm
so
listening.
The kid, he's like a 15-year-old kid who is a journalist.
Okay.
So he ends up writing an article for Rolling Stone magazine about this band, Stillwater, that's on tour. So the kid gets to go on tour with the band.
Oh, okay.
It's so awesome. Such a good show. And then he ends up, the end of the movie, he ends up writing the article. And you've never seen this movie?
No.
Oh, it's like... I almost swore.
Hey, that's
I almost swore. Yeah, I know. Yeah, Hudson.
Kate Hudson. Yeah.
I can't believe you haven't seen this movie. So good.
He's 16.
Even Jimmy Fallon's got a cameo in it. He's like one of the record producers.
Really?
Yeah, just real quick, like.
Okay.
I'll lend it to you.
All right.
Anyways, you should stop that trailer.
Why?
Because it's probably real long.
No.
How did I get onto that? Oh yeah, where he's like, I'm on drugs. Or I dig music. Yeah, I don't know how I got.
Wow.
Holy shit.
Oh, it looks like a hippie.
It is, yeah. It's like 70s.
Oh, he walks in the wall. Yeah, that's good.
It's a really good movie. Well made.
Okay. Yeah, I'll definitely check that out.
But that was my pop quiz, asshole. Would have been, what if I would have said, I dig music?
I would have gave you a blank stare. Sorry.
So good.
But yeah, I'll watch this. But how?
So we were. Oh yeah. So comedians and stuff.
Oh right. Yeah.
Boy, I don't know how I got onto. Oh, I got sidetracked. I saw a squirrel, but
No, because we're talking about how the people that you're watching have cameos in music videos.
yeah, they do. Like Chris D'Elia was in an Eminem video,
Right.
like not that long ago, a few months back.
They're buddies or something.
Well,
Or
so the story, like the way, because I followed D'Elia, was he was not making fun of Eminem, but kind of, in his like little viral videos and
Yeah.
stuff where he's like in a car, and
because he was doing it on what, Vine or something, or Snapchat, or
I think it was like
something
on
like
Instagram and whatever. Like he was just being a goof and trying to mimic Eminem rapping, but in his own way. And it got back to Eminem, and he thought it was pretty funny. So then Eminem called D'Elia, asked him to be in the video with the, was it Homicide and Eminem? Or was the name of the song Homicide? I forget.
Like, yeah,
Something like that,
something like that. Yeah.
right? I forget what the guy's name is. I think it's Homicide. I'm going to just feel so embarrassed if I got that wrong.
But yeah, so he made a.
So D'Elia was a cameo in that, playing Eminem in the video, and at the end of the video, Eminem was playing Chris D'Elia.
Right.
Like with a face swap from D'Elia's video kind of thing,
And you-
sort of.
And you think that's more and more going on right now?
Well, yeah, because like now Tom Segura is in, how do you say that from Wu-Tang? Scissor Face?
Yeah.
Has a new music video out.
CZER.
No,
CZAR
CZAR Face. Yeah.
I don't know.
Anyways, so he's like a fan of Tom Segura and Christina Pajitsky's podcast, which is Your Mom's House.
Yep.
And the new music video is like him in a dream on the podcast. And it was also Tom Segura's alter ego from back in the day. I forget the name of it, DJ something or other. So Segura would do press conferences, or not press conferences, but like morning shows, like trying to sell his comedy show tickets.
Yeah.
And he didn't like doing them, so he would dress up as a DJ and just talk about DJing after the show and like nothing about comedy because he hated doing it. that was the bit, right? Like that's the joke. But anyway,
How would you do that as a morning show host? Like, this dude is coming to talk about his stand-up comedy show, and
Well, the
then
thing-
goes completely off track.
Well, I'm sure this is like, it's got to be the same with musicians. If they have to do that morning press, they don't want to do it. You're up at like 5, 6 in the morning. You're trying to promote to a demographic that isn't going to come to your concerts or your venue. Like you're selling to like
Who says?
old people sitting at home because like, so I'm trying to relate this to musicians, which I'm sure it does. But like in the comedy world, from how I understand it, right? Somebody who's telling like dick and fart jokes all the time, right? Those people that are going to go to those shows aren't up at 5 or 6 o'clock in the morning,
Right.
watching the morning news to see who's on. Like your demographic watching those morning shows is like
are we-
older people, stay-at-home moms, whatever.
Right, but are we talking like TV morning shows, or are
Yeah,
we talking
like-
Oh, okay.
Yeah, like
Okay.
the news, like Canada AM.
Oh, frick. Okay.
Do you know what
No,
I mean?
I
So,
thought you
like,
were talking
think
about.
of seeing like Led Zeppelin on Canada AM at 6 o'clock in the morning. Like
No, I thought you were talking
they
about
don't want to be
morning
there.
radio.
No, like I'm talking like TV.
Oh, right.
So that was the whole bit, right? So Segura was going there because he didn't want to be there at 6 in the morning, and
No.
he would like have a fur coat and everything and pretend to be a DJ, or that was his alter ego. Like he was a DJ, but he isn't. He's a comedian. Am I making sense?
Yeah, but does he actually DJ
No,
at all?
at all. That's just how much he hated doing those morning shows. And you can watch the clips on
That's
YouTube.
even awesomer. Like,
He's a genius, man. That guy is freaking like business smart. But anyways, so like he's got like I know like Corey Taylor from Slipknot
Yep.
is a fan of the podcast, as well as like Wu-Tang.
Yep.
He's always got guests on there, like old rappers. Like Big Daddy Kane
yeah.
has been a guest on there and stuff like that. He's like into rap music.
Mm-hmm.
Tom Segura is. But that's what I mean. So like I got on a rant there. I don't know what the hell I was talking about.
music videos.
Oh yeah, so like Segura's in a video, Crystalia was in a video.
Right.
And this is like recently, like in the last not even 12 months.
Okay,
So people that I follow, like I follow comedians and like they're kind of in with like the music industry a little bit as well. Like they're all entertainers is how I see it, right?
So our colleague Jeremy, he went to film school.
Okay.
And we are planning to make music videos.
Right.
For musicians around.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, we're not going to fly them in from Vancouver or whatever, because that. But that's part of what we're, that kind of puts everything together with the record label and.
Right. Is that why you see like when you said, oh well, music videos are coming back? Like, is that why you want to kind of venture out into that field? Kind of like you did, where like, oh, there's a market for vinyl records. I'm going to start selling these, and like you're like, oh well, I can see, right?
I think so, because although we don't see music videos as they used to, they have to go on TV and whatever, you make money off that. I think music videos right now are more as like marketing material.
Yes.
So that, because if you go on YouTube, there's a bunch of clips on there.
Yeah.
That are free to stream. Nobody's making money on that except for the odd ad. But I think if you have, like, if you look at, I saw, and I'm not saying I'm a fan or whatever, but I don't mind their music. The Dead South from Regina.
Okay.
They went on, was it CBC? Pretty sure it was CBC. They did an acoustic session at a CBC studio, and it was basically just them, one microphone, maybe a second one for a guitar, and 2 or 3 cameras, and some, ambient lighting, and they were doing an acoustic. I think it was a cover of some country, like, song, but they did it in their style. Mm-hmm. So. That promotes who they are, because they're on the CBC music. I think it was CBC. I don't remember, but a big broadcaster YouTube channel.
Right.
So that's the way we see it. So, for example, Rhymestone is a band in Prince Albert. They were on tour, but due to the virus, they canceled that tour. But that would be a band that would be an excellent candidate for a music video. Our idea is to get bands in a recording session somehow, where we can record their music, they can show off their skills, and it doesn't really have to be like a produced music video, where it has a whole story like the Foo Fighters videos. We're not thinking that yet. But more like show off your skills so you can sell your music.
I'm just grinning because my all-time favorite music video is Everlong from Foo Fighters.
Yes, that's why I was kind of referencing.
But that's like the best.
Yeah. But yeah, so that's also on our to-do list.
Cool. Yeah. So I was gonna say something about entertainment and like content and like blasting out like advertisements, sort of makes me think of like the comedians I follow as well. So going back to Tom Segura, like he's got a friend, Bert Kreischer, who another stand-up comedian, but he does like a lot of like, I guess, advertisements for his comedy shows and his tours and whatever on Instagram like crazy. Like this guy's brilliant, right? And he did one video about his tour where he does like, he learned how to do like hip hop dance. He like trained for a couple of weeks and hired Bert Kreischer. And he's like not a small guy.
No.
You don't know about this?
The guy with the
that
without
takes
the
his shirt off?
Yeah.
Oh my God. And yeah.
I've seen...
I'm going to see him in May in Winnipeg.
I've seen one video of him. They turned him into a meme because he was doing some sort of hip-hop dance.
So he did this video, right? And it was to promote his tour dates.
Okay.
So it's like a minute long or whatever, and Tom Segura is like, they're best friends.
Yeah.
and Tom was super pissed about it because the comments on it were like, "Oh, Bert, you can dance and stuff," and he's like, "Fuck that, Bert's fat. He can't dance. I can dance better." Right? So Tom, just for fun, made his own video, and like it's got his podcast references in it and stuff like that. And he does a dance video to a Missy Elliott song, and then at the end of the video, he like kills and stabs Bert because he's just crazy. But it was so good.
So it's kind of like a diss.
Yeah, totally. But it's his best friend.
Yeah.
And you know, it was his like, "I love you. I'm gonna kill you" in this video, right? But he like all out of his own pocket dropped his own money, and the only reason was just like, because I can dance better than you can, right? Like that was it. But he also hired like a big time movie director that he's friends with, so he got like a really good discount on it.
Yeah.
But I feel like he still spent like 10-20 grand on this video, like out of his own money, his own pocket, because like
just to prove a point.
Yeah. So I'll show you those videos after we're done filming. But
and maybe I'll link them in the show notes.
But that's what I mean. Like, so that's like I can kind of see how it's coming back, and it's just content, right?
Yep.
Putting that out there, like I showed you that newer Eminem video last week or 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
Like, what did you think of that one? Isn't it like it's like Godzilla or something? It was called.
Yes.
I don't remember what it was called.
Yeah.
But like Mike Tyson's in it,
like
like knocks him out, and
and that's
like that's a high production value quality of video. I think
that's where that's going.
That's expensive.
But it's marketing. That's how you, because you and I are talking about this video for a second time in a row now.
Right.
And us talking about it here maybe makes people watch it. You know, so it'll...
That's right.
That's right. And that's kind of where music videos are what they are.
Right. And there's like, don't get me wrong, there's some crappy ones out there.
Yes.
But there's some really good ones out there too. That's all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like we talked about the Alanis Morissette one.
Yeah.
That I don't think was super high budget. If you look at it, was it all in one? No, it wasn't all in one room, was it? I don't remember.
Majority of it was.
Yeah.
It was probably filmed in like 2 days, 2-3 days.
Yeah, or one even.
Possibly.
But the editing probably took longer because they replaced the faces with
for
her
sure.
or whatever. But yeah.
What I'm just thinking of right now is that the music videos that I've watched like recently, like it's not like I'm just scanning for videos all the time and they just kind of pop up and I'll check them out. It's people that I've listened to like in my past. It's nobody that's really new or relevant now, I guess. Not that these people aren't relevant.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like I don't know what
Arkells.
Sure. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
like what's their last video?
Let's see. Arkells.
Oh, but I did watch the last Justin Timberlake, the newest video.
Years in the making. Oh, right. Yeah, Arkells have a music video out, and it's produced. Oh, it's one of those videos that's shot in one go. What do you call that? One
hit wonder?
One take video. I don't think that's
anyways,
what they go for.
So yeah, like I've always watched videos. I guess I grew up in that generation, right? And I check them out. Like I was saying, Justin Timberlake, the new Trolls movie, he's got a new video out. I checked that out.
But I mean, let's be honest, that's the reason why we're doing this podcast.
Right, it's because
to put content out.
That's right. And get the word out about Funky Moose Records and how you can buy your records from the online store.
Yeah.
Do you have an app?
Plus,
do you have an app for your phones?
We don't need to, because our website is mobile. We don't need an app.
There you go. So put it on your phones, people.
You don't need to. Just open up your browser and type in funkymooserecords.ca. It doesn't matter on what device you are. It'll show up properly.
So download the app.
I don't think you understand what I'm saying.
Moving on.
Yeah.
But yeah, like, you know, honestly, scrolling through my feed. It's all COVID-19,
Yep.
and I just don't want to talk about that.
No.
And then a lot of it's clickbait.
Clickbait.
Clickbait. A lot of it is, though.
Oh, hey, we were talking about rappers, right?
Wu-Tang.
Yeah, and Eminem.
Yep.
Okay. Now people are gonna say something about this. Drake. And the reason I'm saying it like that is because
Is he in the news?
a lot of people don't find Drake a rapper, although he raps, but he's not a good one, people say.
I don't know who he is.
Okay.
I know of him.
Have you watched basketball lately?
No.
He's basically the
I know who he is. Like,
He's
I know what he
basically the
looks like.
mascot.
And, yeah, for the Lakers.
for the Raptors.
Raptors? Lakers?
Dude. Okay.
I do know who he is, right?
Okay.
I've never really listened to his music except for what you were showing me upstairs.
Yeah, the Hotline Bling is the most
But
famous one. Anyway.
But I know exactly where you're going with this, right? And that makes me think of like the mumble rappers or whatever.
Yeah.
That's not rap to me. Like, to me, I don't know. Like, rap to me is like 80s, 90s, like NWA, Wu-Tang. You know what I mean?
I agree.
Not like Vanilla Ice, Hammer.
What?
No.
MC Hammer?
Well, I'm sorry.
That's
I
the
shouldn't say that.
pinnacle of rap,
No,
man.
I know, but I just
I'm
just
kidding.
was a fan of gangster rap, right? But in saying that, I kind of want to backpedal a little bit now too, because I like Vanilla Ice isn't a rapper, but Devil's Advocate, he is though. Like, I had one of his albums, like one of his later ones. I think it was called Hard to Swallow. It might have been.
That's
or
not
something like
that's
that.
not backpedaling. You're making big strokes back now.
Yeah, no doubt. But I was
yeah,
a big fan of like gangster rap. Like, I'm just trying to give him like some kind of respect too. Like, I understand that he was in the industry and putting out albums and stuff like that. But I don't know, when I think
He's still going. Did you know that?
yeah. Oh yeah, he
With
had a
the-
TV show too, wasn't he? Like,
Yeah, but that was
renovating houses and stuff like
Yeah,
that.
but that was not. That felt like he was trying to make some money.
Well,
'cause
probably.
he was broke or something.
Probably.
But
But
I
even
thi-
then, but was he broke though? That's like people saying that Hammer was broke. Hammer's not broke.
Isn't he?
No. The guy's got millions of dollars, man.
You think so?
I
Still
think
from his 90s?
He's doing just fine.
Okay, what's the name?
He's doing just
Hammer.
fine.
MC Hammer net worth.
I'm telling you, dude, whatever you find on there, it's probably not true. He's like a preacher now, I think.
Okay,
But he definitely...
I just typed MC Hammer net worth, and I'm reading the first thing that pops up. So no research at
right.
all. $3 million.
That's a lot of money.
Oh, it's more than I have.
That's what I'm saying. He's doing just fine.
Oh, yeah. Oh, and okay, Vanilla Ice net worth. I think he's worth more. 18 million.
So, I mean, they're doing just fine.
Yeah, but he did, and this recently
He
came
did
out.
Ninja Turtles too. Ninja rap.
Vanilla Ice. He's rapping with some other dude.
He was in PA years ago. I think that was before you moved here.
Yeah, probably.
That was, what the heck was the name of the bar? I want to say it was called Outer Limits.
Yeah, that was before my time because I don't remember an Outer Limits. Because you know how this cowboy rap is all of a sudden
No.
a thing? What?
Nope.
Oh, here. Vanilla Ice, Ride the Horse featuring Forgiato Blow or whatever hell his name is. And this is a proper music video. I mean, it's
Well, the guy's got $18 million.
it's tacky as hell, but
You don't like you can ride no horse? Well, I'm gonna try. Well, I tell you what, we got horse burgers, we got horsepower, we got horseshoes, and I'll even sell you some horse
Makes me
manure
think
to
of,
fertilize your yard.
Joe Dirt.
I came to the right place. Well, come on with me. Let's go. All right. Have you ever had a horse burger? Never had a horse burger.
Ride the Horse. Cowboy Troy is
Is what it's called?
no. The title is Ride the Horse.
Okay, so something like this, do you think Kid Rock started that?
Maybe.
That's Vanilla Ice?
Well, this is Cowboy Troy. Oh no, for that Forgiato Blow or whatever.
All right, stop that. I don't want to listen to that.
But this is vanilla. So in the background there's jacked up trucks, and they're just, like the regular F-150s with a custom paint job. It's I don't know, with $18 million, I think he could have done better. Anyway.
He's trying to stay in the game.
Drake, right? Because I wrote down a thing that, and this is.
Oh yeah, mumble rap but yeah.
No, it's going
Drake.
Back.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, mumble rap. So Post Malone, technically, is he a
mumble rap? I don't know. I still
so.
never really listened to any of his stuff.
Okay. But yeah, I understand. Let's not talk about stuff that we don't know anything about.
Well, that's the whole point. Let's just talk shit about stuff that we don't know about.
True.
And piss people off. Isn't that what we're doing here?
Okay, well, I just want to say, Drake breaks record for most Billboard Hot 100 entries ever. I don't care if you're a fan or not, that's impressive. He earns his landmark 208th appearance, which means you're making a lot of records to get into that Hot 100 if you do it 208 times.
Right.
I think Joel is pondering the thought of 208. How much is that, and how?
Yeah.
Yeah. There was also, who did he kick out? Or he broke a tie with someone, and I don't remember who it was now. Hot 100. This silence is us looking up Drake's thing here. But yeah, 208 songs in the Hot 100. There's not a lot of people that do that.
Yeah, also, not a lot of... Well, that just means he's, I guess, releasing content, right?
Yeah, and good enough to make it in the top 100.
I bet you, like, how many unreleased songs does Michael Jackson or Prince have? Or Tupac? And if...
Unreleased.
Unreleased?
Yeah.
Like, in a vault. Like, Prince, for sure. There's, like, a vault that's, like, buried and it'll never be opened. Right? But if that stuff was released... There's probably, I bet you that would blow Drake's numbers out of the water right now.
What do you think of releases like that? After someone dies and it gets released?
It depends who releases them. Is it the label or is it the family? Or what's the reason for it? Was it like something speculated by that artist? Were they like, oh, release my life's work after I'm gone? Right. Or is it somebody looking to make, like, squeeze as much money out of it can we possibly... Right?
Well, they wouldn't release it for free, I think. I think even if it's an estate releasing it, that estate wants to see some money out of it, I think.
Oh, for sure.
Unless it's something like this music needs to be heard.
If it's somebody like Prince. Prince didn't he, like... burn all of his unreleased stuff? That was like a speculation, or did it get buried?
Prince was an odd duck in that too.
But still, it makes sense. Was he an odd duck, or was he just a genius? Because
I think he was both.
Even whether those albums got released or not, there's enough money there for the estate, for families to be like generations of his wealth will be okay.
Yeah.
So he's just like, well, just whatever. I have enough out there. It doesn't matter. Like, just burn it. It's his work. It was his final wish.
Yeah.
And the family fulfilled that. So that's great.
And the reason it wasn't released was probably because he didn't want it released.
Exactly.
And I think that's
because
the same
there was no need for it.
No, exactly. And I think that's the same with Jackson too. Michael Jackson and Kurt Cobain, and because
Yeah,
I'm sure
yeah.
Kurt Cobain wrote a bunch of songs that were never released.
And I'm talking about stuff that's recorded, not released. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, there's a reason why it's not released. It didn't make an album. Why not? Because the artist didn't think it was good enough.
Is it, or is it because of the producers and all that of the albums or the labels
Right.
telling them that it's not good enough? Controlling that industry, right?
I'm not sure.
That's just it. Like,
See, and that's one thing I wouldn't want to be as a label. I mean, let's say you are an artist, you have an album ready. I think there's a song on there that shouldn't be on there. I would let you know that I don't think that's a good idea, but I'm not going to tell you can't have that. Because to me, you're an artist, you have it in your head, you want it out of you, so you put that on an album. Even if I think that's not the greatest song,
yeah.
it's not up to me to decide.
Yeah, it's
'cause
not your art.
right.
Yeah.
So that's
Mm-hmm.
yeah,
It's a weird world.
it is.
Everybody wants to be right.
It's so complicated. That's one reason why our record label hasn't started yet, because
Right.
there's so many.
Kinks to work out.
Yeah. Anyway, I was going somewhere with Drake,
Yeah.
but I gave up on that.
Yeah, I don't want to talk about Drake.
Okay, cool.
I don't care.
Hey, but speaking of copyrights and stuff like that, I do have another thing. I showed you.
Let's hear it. Can you play it again?
I can. I just have to look it up. Hang on.
So earlier, before we started recording, Mark was showing me there's like some kind of lawsuit. Who's the artist again?
Katy Perry.
Katy Perry. There's like a part of her song. They're getting sued, I guess, because it sounds too similar to a different song.
Yeah.
And we were kind of talking about this sort of stuff last week, briefly. But so Mark showed me the comparison and the actual song, and in my opinion, it doesn't sound alike at all.
Oh. So this.
The dun 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 dun. Okay, and
That
then,
part, and then flame.
like I said, I don't think it's anything at all alike. No.
You know what it is.
That's another thing. So you know what it is? That's also in the beginning of Katy Perry's song. So that was another thing that
Well, I didn't hear it in that clip that we played.
yeah, it I can. Oh, here. There's a YouTube video about the Katy Perry and Go.
It may surprise you that Katy Perry
Oh, yeah.
started
Oh,
more
yeah,
than
no,
6
I don't
years.
want to hear that.
So I don't think it's the same either. No.
That
so,
guy talking about it.
So anyway, the lawsuit was like this. What's his name? He's a Christian rapper called Flame. He claimed that it sounded too much like his song. Lawsuit came. Katy Perry lost. Katy Perry is like, "F that. Let's try this again." And now it was like, okay, Katy Perry's right.
Right.
And I doubt Katy
I wonder
Perry.
how much that would have cost. Like, what a stupid thing to have to fight in court twice.
But honestly, I think Katy Perry herself had very little to do with that. Because
Well, that's what I mean. But
it's all the producers that. Anyway, so yeah,
right. Do you no? But I would remember that video that you played, and some people said it said one thing, and other people said it said another thing.
oh the
I forget what it was, but that was like a year ago.
yeah Laurel and
Yeah.
Laurel.
But isn't that what's happening with this kind of stuff? Some people think that it sounds the same, and some people
Yanni.
think that it,
Yanni or
Yeti
Laurel.
or something.
Yanni or Laurel.
Right?
Yeah, no, but I no. I don't think that's the same thing.
So why isn't it?
Because that audio is, well, so the Katy Perry and this Flame guy, the song is very distinct. Like it's a key on a keyboard that they press.
Right.
This Yanni and Laurel thing is two audio waves meshed inside of each other.
But what my point is that some people are saying that it sounds the same.
Right.
And there's some people that say that it, like you and I, who say it doesn't sound anything like it.
Right. So which one do you hear? Yanni or Laurel? Because if we're on the same page...
Laurel. 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 Is that what you're hearing?
Yeah.
I thought it was a girl's voice.
No.
All right.
This is very clear. I don't know if this is the right video. Right? Anyway.
I thought it was a girl. But anyways, I'm sure I heard it both ways. I'm sure I did.
No, I was pretty clear on what I heard.
No, not just now.
No, but before.
Right.
I don't remember which one I picked,
but that's what my point is, right?
Yeah,
like,
I understand what you're saying.
Yeah.
But
yeah, I really don't want to close on that, but we're kind of coming up on time, right?
Yeah, how long has it been? We've been over an hour now.
I think so.
Whatever it is. Unless we can find something else. Something else you want to talk about while we're here?
What was your all-time favorite music video? No, that doesn't matter. I have such a short attention span. Got too quiet. No, I don't want to know.
And yours is too embarrassing. That's why you don't want to do it.
Why? No, mine's Everlong. Foo Fighters.
Okay, I don't know.
It's so good.
See, the thing with the music videos is that maybe also because people are busier now than they were 30 years ago. Like, kids have more... Like, if they're inside, they're probably playing Xbox or PlayStation or whatever. Instead, 30 years ago, you and I were sitting on the couch watching MTV.
Right.
Then again, we did have Nintendos and Segas and whatever. But you think that's why maybe the music video industry went down?
No, my opinion is that it was like producers and stuff of those TV channels and just ruined it by putting reality TV on. And
did you have this too? Back in Holland, we had a TV channel called The Box. Why do I remember that? The Box. And you could call or text. Yeah, they had a bar at the bottom of the screen. It was playing a music video, and at the bottom, it was just number and then title of music video. And it was just a ticker, kept scrolling, and if there was a song that you liked, you texted that number to that phone number that they had, and then you were just sitting and waiting because you knew that song was coming.
I feel like there was something similar to that.
Didn't Much Music do that?
I feel like there was something like that. But it would be like a half hour or an hour program of that sort of was. I remember like pop-up video.
Oh, no, this station was dedicated to just that.
Yeah.
And then, of course, everybody that texted, they charged per text. So if you text your song to that, you pay
$1.
Yeah, well, it was less than that, but
10 cents or whatever.
Yeah. So that's kind of, we had a local, it was funny because it was a nationwide TV station, and we had a local band that had their video on the box. So everybody in our area was just texting and texting and texting. Every time that video showed up, every 3 other videos, and then they just removed the video altogether because it was too popular, I guess, or something.
Well, that doesn't make any sense at all.
No.
See, that's like the producers and whatever trying to take control of the show.
Yeah. So
They gotta put their finger on it, right?
yeah, they were out of business pretty quick because they lasted only like a couple years, maybe. Anyway, so yeah.
Yeah, that's. But then there's like video killed the radio star. But then the radio star came back. And now you're saying videos are coming back.
And radio is dying.
Think so?
I think so.
I don't listen to the radio.
Exactly. The only reason I listen to the radio is because I'm stuck in my car.
So you don't have a CD in the CD player in your vehicle right now? Or do you plug in like your phone, or how do you do that? I guess you just said you listen to the radio, right?
You know what I'm thinking? Do I even have a CD player in my car?
You got a tape deck?
No.
No?
Yeah, it has a CD player. Does that answer your question?
Yeah.
I don't play CDs.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do have a CD player. But
there's no CD in it.
No.
Wouldn't that be funny if there was a CD in it? You should hit eject on that sucker and see if there's something in
and see
there.
what's in there. I'll let you know in the next
It'll be
podcast.
Vanilla Ice.
Yeah, podcasts. I listen to podcasts.
Yeah.
And I do that from my phone on Bluetooth. So the only reason I listen to the radio is because there's one local station with a local comedian. He's pretty funny.
Right.
So in the morning driving,
Yeah.
that's interesting enough. But then also driving around 5 o'clock is CBC Music, where they come up with.
What was the last... Remember when you were younger, just cranking the tunes when you're driving? You had to have done that, right?
Yeah.
Like by yourself, so loud, just rocking it out. What kind of shit were you rocking out in the car by yourself? Rave music?
Yeah.
Oh, you suck so bad. You suck so bad.
Yeah.
And if this was like 20 years ago, I would have said something different right there, but can't say what I'm thinking right now.
Well, we'll leave that for
Shit, man, I still do it. If I'm by myself, and typically it's quiet in the vehicle, right? I need to be with my thoughts because I get so sidetracked.
You're so old.
Yeah. But like,
Do you turn it off when you have to concentrate on where you're going?
Yes.
Do you turn it on?
Oh, yeah.
Why?
Because I can't, it's distracting. If I'm in the city, I have to. But if I'm on like a highway going straight, like that shit is cranked.
And you cranked it so loud that you can't hear the cop behind you.
Oh yeah. I wasn't speeding. That's right. I forgot about that. I forgot about that because I was right.
Yeah.
If I was wrong and had to pay that ticket, I'd be like,
Yeah. But yeah, songs that I usually when I need music cranked up, like right now, is usually classic rock. Like Queen is usually my go-to.
Right.
It all depends on the mood. I listen to a whole bunch of different kinds of music, and it just...
Katy Perry.
No.
You don't got Katy Perry cranked in the car?
No.
Yeah, right.
Not usually.
What was your favorite rave song? What was the name of your favorite rave song? I'm a dick, hey.
It depends on which time you're asking. If it was the time that I was graduating, it was a Dutch group, I think they were Dutch, called Critical Mass.
Oh, okay.
And the song was Believe in the Future.
Can you find it?
And the only reason why that is stuck with me, because at our graduation party, one of our friends was so messed up, and he was talking to everybody that, I just requested Believe in the Future by Critical Mass, and he told everybody. He was so out of it. And
like at the dance?
Yeah. Yeah.
And did the DJ play it?
Multiple times. Yeah. So that was kind of the whole...
That's why you remember the name.
Yeah.
Do you remember the name of the guy who requested it?
Yes.
Oh, there you
go.
My brother used to frickin'... What the hell is the name of that band that sang Cotton Eye Joe?
It is Cotton Eye Joe.
Cotton Eye Joe is the name of the band? No.
Yeah.
That's the name of the song.
No.
Is it like Rednecks or something?
Oh, Rednecks. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Rednecks with Cotton Eye Joe. Yeah,
Yeah. Oh, my brother would crank that stupid song. My brother is such a dork. Oh, I love him, but he's a dork. This was your jam.
Yeah. So simple. It is now a guilty pleasure.
You're just all smiles.
Yeah. Oh, and then okay. I'm playing this on YouTube, and all the suggested songs. I'm like, oh yeah, I remember that one. Oh, that one is cool too. Oh. So once we stop recording, I'm gonna jam.
Oh my god, I am not listening to this with you.
No? Are you sure?
100% I'm not listening to this crap. That's freaking funny though. Okay, well let's end on that. Let's end on this.
Okay, sounds good.
All right, buddy.
We'll
I'll pound it. I'm not scared.
okay.
Bye, everybody. We'll see you guys next week.
See you
all
next
right?
week.
Ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba